سلام دوستان، من شناسم. خوش اومدیم به این ویدیو. امروز اومدیم با پارت سوم بازی کینگدم کام دلیورنس. دیدید که تو پارت قبلی خاندانمون رو کشتن، بدبخت شدیم و قرار بود فرار کنیم از دست انمیا که قراره تو این پارت بهش بپردازیم. اگه ویدیو دوست داشتید حتما لایک کنید، چنل ما رو سابسکرایب کنید و کامنت بذارید. بریم سراغ بازی. لیتس گو. چیه این پارت قبل که خاندانه رو کشتن، ما باید اینجا فرار میکردیم و دهنمون فکر کنم سرویس شد. فعلا این مسیره رو باید بگیم بریم. فکر کنم انمی هم پشتم هست، تحت تعقیبم دارم میکنم. چیکار کردم؟ یه شوت زدم. اسب قشنگم، اسب زیبایم. اوکی باش برو، فقط برو فقط کجا باید بریم؟ پشتمونن آجی. برو بتاوز ای اسب من. او رفت تو نمیدونم کجا. وای نگاه کن. تحت تعقیبی. حرفامو زد بی ناموس. به چخ بریم که الان از این لاشی ها فرار کنیم. نمیدونم به سمت کجا باید بریم ولی میریم. اسپیشال وای چقدر چیزه. اسبه نمید. لف گفت میبرم درست رفته باشم. برو برو دیگه. حالا وای برو اسب قشنگم، برو جان مادرت، برو. داداش برو تو هم دیگه. حالا ما جلو راه ما جویاب اسب بی شرف. برو برو که داریم میمیریم. خودو داداش بدو. رسیدیم بالاخره. هلپ بکشیدشون دیگه. 3 نفر آدمو نمیتونن بزنن با تیرکمون خاک بر سرا. عجب اسکولایی. به به. دارم میمیرم داداش.
Someone give him a drink and bring hot wine and bandages.
آب بنوش.
Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours.
بکنم پام. لورد دیویشن.
Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
Sir, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe.
Monix line.
What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us.
یه داشت اون ریسکی هم داشتم پاره میشه. نمیرسیدم به شهر اینا.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir. Palmberg has graced us with her presence.
سلام.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojana here will take care of you.
نمیخواد از آن مراقبت
Tired
کنم.
and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you
بده
are.
من.
Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed.
برو.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
حل داشتم. Oh. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up. همه اینا رو برمی‌داریم می‌خوریم. پنیر بردار. اپل. اینونتوری. فود. اینم اپل میخوریم. تقریبا 30 شویم دیگه. کجا بریم بخوابیم؟ همینو باید بخوابیم. سلیپ. برو تا فردا بابا. نوریشمنت چیه؟ او اینا رو بخوریم نوریشمنت همون زیاد میشه. اوکی. الان راحت تر میشه خوابید. میشه از این میگه نمیشه خوابید. سود. مثلا گفت بوتاتو در بیار.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady,
درسته.
thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you.
Okay.
I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you, but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Tell the story of the
You
raid.
might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. I went to the tavern to buy ale for Father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind, because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening, but our meeting was never to happen.
Hey.
Dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzik. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzik himself came to
Bale.
look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon.
دارم تا الان درست
ready to
پیش
attack
میرم.
the town. I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death
این
descended
چه
on scouts.
هم دردی یه یارو داره میکنه. کلا 2 تا کلمه میگه.
I saw Deutsch trying to defend himself. The
اه.
man who'd mocked King Wenceslas as a drunkard and praised Sigismund now stood facing his soldiers with nothing but a pitchfork, trying to protect his wife and son. It was hopeless. He slaughtered them all.
That's so sad.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
بابا.
I
همینو
ran
میگه.
as if my life depended on it, which it did. But my guardian angel watched over me and I made it to the mill below the castle.
It's as well you did. The Lord be praised.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuban savages who planned to violate her.
Hey.
I had Saradzic's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never
Okay.
forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
به به.
That's terrible.
دستوری بود.
How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband.
Yeah.
It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
پشمام.
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
پشمام.
That's awful.
این داره میگه حمله کردن. بیشتر مردمون رو کشتن. بعد شوهرش رو توی زندان قصد زندانی کردن. تقریبا اونجا شده بود زندان اونا.
We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years.
پشمام 7 سال تلاش
That's
کرد
how long it took
برای
before
شوهرش.
Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Hey.
So Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
مردی
Would it
که
were true,
با چه
lad.
خواه
Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep.
برو.
I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night.
And God
God
bless.
Good night, my lady.
خدا نگهدار. خب دوستان، این بود از این پارت بازی کینگدام کام دلیورنس. دیدید که تونستیم فرار کنیم و به شهر تالنبورگ برسیم و به اونا اخطار بدیم که آقا اینا بهمون دارن حمله میکنن. من قرار ادامه داستان رو توی پارت بعد ببینید. اگه ویدیو دوست داشتید حتما لایک کنید، چنل ما رو سابسکرایب کنید و کامنت بزنید. خدا نگهدار.